First order as a dictator. Hey, Bill, longtime fan. I'm too high right now to come up with some alliterations like all these other smart cunts, so I'll just get right to the point. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with mentally tapping out, just being like, you know what? I know my limitations. I'm not good at that shit. All right, if you were a dictator like Kim Jong-un or Adolf Hitler at the beginning of their reign, what would be the first bill or act you would do? I've been wondering what your response would be to this, as this idea popped up in my head multiple times as I drive through Atlanta traffic. Like if I was a dictator, I would get rid of all the cars in the country, every single one. I don't care how far your job is. I don't care if you have to get your kids or even if your wife is pregnant. You better walk or take a fucking horse, because I'd be the only one with a car. God, I fucking hate Atlanta traffic. They just can't drive. Yeah, Atlanta will do that to you. All right, well, now that you went real selfish, do I have to go selfish too? If I was a dictator, NFL championships would count. It wouldn't start with the Super Bowl. NFL championships would count. That would be the first thing. That would be one. It would be a three-pronged attack. So that handles sports. I don't know, such a fucking big one. Like, what the fuck would I do? I'd have to do something. I would give massive tax breaks to people for not having kids. And an even bigger tax break if you didn't have a kid and you adopted instead. And then my goal would be to get the world population, but I'd only be running a country. I just see it, our country's population. Well, if you're a dictator, I could then tell the banks, well, you can never get out from under the banks, even if you're a dictator. I would have the fucking, my militia take out the bankers. We'd start all over again on a new currency. And nobody owed any money. Everything is forgiven. And everybody, you come back in with the new currency, which I don't understand why they can't do this. If everybody just agrees to it, all right? Everybody just comes back in. Whatever you have in the bank is what you still have in the bank, except you don't fucking owe anybody anything. All right? I would then have 1 4-day weekend every single month. Not just Thanksgiving. There'd be a 4-day weekend every single month. Okay? And you think, well, why are you doing that, Bill? That's going to make, the economy tank. I don't give a fuck. Because the people who will eventually want to rise up against me, I think it's going to take a long time. Hey, he's a good shit, man. He gives you a fucking Thanksgiving weekend, 11 extra Thanksgiving weekends. I would do I'd do away with dress down Fridays. I think that was the beginning of the end of a lot of respectful ways that people do business. The hostile way now. I would do away now. Another thing too, that corporations would have to go back to answering their fucking phones and not be like, I'm sorry, that's not an option. Main menu. And just send you back to that first one again. Fuck that. I'd get rid of that. Oh, geez, I'm on a fucking roll now. I don't know. Then I would just do a bunch of things for emissions. Get everybody's emissions down. Not saying you have to go to electric cars or solar panels. Just whatever we needed to do. And really educate people on consumption and all that type of stuff and what we're doing to the environment. And then you'd have to deal with how we get along with each other. I don't know. I would just try to set up some things that made people want to help out other people, educate other people that weren't doing as well. You kind of have to do that. And then there have to be some sort of test that, just because you're poor doesn't mean you're just automatically not a cunt. So you got to make sure that if you're going to help out less fortunate people, they're actually worthy of it. Because just like not all rich people are assholes, not all poor people are saints. So you kind of weed out. I don't know how the fuck you would do that. Yeah, that's a big one. But if I just had to do one, the one thing that I would do, I would try to do some sort of sweeping change that would fucking stop this, global warming horse shit. I would try to do that just so, you see kids, you're like, what kind of world are they going to have? Geez, this has been an oddly, depressing one. Dead kittens, fucking global warming and shit. That's one thing dictators always fuck up, man. They don't give back enough. You know what I mean? I don't know why they always try to just hoard everything to themselves. It just builds resentment. You know, didn't they learn anything? It's like fucking bread circus and shit that they used to do when they could feel people starting to get hostile. You know? Give them a 4-day weekend. Why can't we have a 4-day weekend? All it is just an extra 2 days off every month. You know? And let me ask you this. What if, like, 1 week, work week, every month, you just had to go hard on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday? All right? You don't have to put in 40 hours. You'd put in 3 13-hour days. And they didn't have to pay you time and a half either. Right? So they would get 39 hours out of you. They'd also have you nice and fresh on Monday because you get a 4-day fucking weekend. I mean, what if that's what it was? What if I did that? What if there was 52 3-day weeks a year that you worked, right? But every weekend you worked 3 days and then you had 4 days off every fucking week. But you just had to go hard Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. That's it. There's no overtime. You just had to you had to show up you got to show up ready to play Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And then you get Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday off. You know what would happen. People would become raging alcoholics. They would put on fucking, oh my God, how many fucking pounds would you put on? Yeah, that'd be something. I don't know. See, it always starts with a small idea, then it gets out of control. Let's dial it back. Once a month, you go hard for 3 days, and then you get a 4-day fucking weekend. That's it. That's it. And you get fucking 2 in November. And then that becomes everybody's favorite month. And then I would Black History Month gets moved to March, so they get 31 days, which is more than 30, and 2 more than 29 or 28. And then you make up all those days you fucked them out of since you brought that up. There you go. This is some basic ones, you know. And if you go to a stadium, an opposing team's stadium with the other team's jersey on, and you're acting like a fucking jerk off, there should just be somebody like specific for security just for that person. Just for that person. So the person doesn't get hurt. They are just removed. Okay? But they have to do something. The hometown fans can't just be mad because he's wearing the other jersey. You're not allowed to attack the person or hurt him. They are just removed. Removed from the situation. And how they are removed is a helicopter comes in, hovers over the fucking stadium, drops a line down. The person is put into some sort of like shrink wrap and then is hoisted up. And brought out like a log.